What is up, guys? Welcome to Legacy TCG, back with your daily dose of Edison. Today we have Gilbert on the right playing Machina Gadgets versus Declan on Forgs. So this is the semifinals of Collectible Exchange's Ultimate Rare Dark Arm Tournament. These top 8 players are trying to make it to the finals to grab that Ultimate Rare Dark Arm Dragon. I think he upped the pricing to Ulti Dark Arm Dragon plus DT Bryonic, and then for the second place it's Ultimate Colossal plus Ulti Trag. So both are very cool prizes. If you lose here, I think it's like an Ulti Cataster and something else, Stratos or something. But either way, we're gonna apply a huge amount of pressure with double Machina gear frame. Probably specials this fortress to get over 2k bodies, and he's gonna make these guys even bigger with the solidarity. Holy moly, this is a 2600 gear frame, 3300 fortress. So the Dewfrog is gonna activate, and we're just gonna get gunned down by these machines. 26 and 33, we're gonna take it all. Wow, if there's limiter right there, that would have been so gross. It'd be the fastest game in this entire tournament. But Declan has a pretty good hand. Brain control, 1-for-1. He can do a bunch of cool stuff. But the pressure is on, and there's not a lot of time. If Gilbert has a way to break a dupe block, then we're just, absolutely cooked. But yeah, I'm excited to see this one. Machina Gadgets, it's a very cool deck. We're gonna pay 800 to get rid of the fortress that plays around his effect. If you target this monster with effects pre-resolution, it looks at the opponent's hand and then discards a card. But with other card effects like Brain Control, it does nothing. It's only monster effects that actually does something. Monster effects, and then if you just show up by battle, then it gets sad. So we can crash with this fortress. Right now it's only a 2500 monster. We would lose the gear frame, but on the effect of fortress, when it hits the grave, it would actually pop a card for Gilbert. So running it in is probably not the best. We're gonna go Substitute, crack that monster away. Okay, we have no interaction for this. Each one is priority to pitch. Right here we can look to post resolution window, activate a card effect, but Gilbert doesn't retain it. I guess the only thing that could really stop it is like a torrential. We're gonna 1-for-1 for the fish board. That's gonna search for that tuner, crack this monster, and then we can go into Des Frog. It's gonna check to see if Gilbert has a response, maybe a bottomless torrential. Yeah, this tournament was really important for my growth as a player, because I got to see, especially against my match against Declan, I have a lot more clear direction on how to tackle that matchup. We go 6, 7, 8. We go to Colossal Fighter, and instead of the dupe block, we will end up on this monster. That way, like if you were to strike it, then it just comes back. It's gonna be that impenetrable wall. But I don't know how many compulse Gilbert runs. If I was playing this deck, I would love to run like triple compulse. We got gear frames, we got gadgets to summon, protect our fortress with gadgets in hand. Like, so much cool stuff to target, including this colossal. So I think we ditched a card special swap with Substitute, and then ditch to special this. Ooh, 1, 2. There's a possible Armory Arm OTK on this board, but it does have to play into 2 back row. And the likelihood of that attack actually going through is pretty low. Okay, we go for a swap. So I was gonna send all the monsters back to hand, but I think it might be an optional effect. Okay, we're gonna return Swap Frog. Pass. Here comes Gadget. Green gets red. This Gadget's actually 2200 attack, which is insane. Oh my gosh, we have a Lightning Vortex in the hand. That's gonna clear our wall. And that's gonna be game number 1 going to Gilbert. Alright. So yeah, that's what you want to be doing against the Forgs. You want to be applying as much pressure as possible, and then once they try to set up their wall, you break it and you just keep going in. So Declan's gonna go first, 1-for-1 with this Fishborg Blaster into Substitute. Yeah, opening 1-for-1 twice this match. Super lucky. Gilbert doesn't have any responses to this, obviously, because this is the first turn. And we're going to be able to filter through most of this deck. What do we have? We have Fishborg Blaster in hand. Crack this, go into dupe, crack that. And then we're just gonna have a big wall of frogs. And just pass the turn right after. I don't know if Declan goes into a slower, more controlled gameplay 2 on game 2. I imagine Gilbert sides pretty heavy against this, like Dimensional Fissures, Dynas and whatnot. So he might, you know, we didn't get that start like we wanted on game 1, so might just have to grind it out game 2 and 3. Set 2, pass. Not nearly as explosive as game 1 with the double gear frame fortress. Main deck Lightning Vortex. I gotta look at his deck profile. I'm actually pretty interested in how he picked his cards. But he does have a lot of expendable things he can use to supplement the Lightning Vortex cost. He's got a swing with Unifrog. We'll take 400, and that's gonna pop our face down. Is a bottomless. Wow, that was a really good 50-50 on the MST. If it was the other way around, then, you know, losing the Unifrog is a big deal, because that's one of the cards that breaks really important floodgates. We're gonna go yellow, get green. Okay, and we have a Horn of Heaven, but can't set it because of this dang Unifrog. We don't have another card to shroud it as well. So he's gonna special Tremor Frog, crack this. And without a lot of back row, I guess we can start just taking advantage of that. Take 700 here. I guess you can just poke with this Unifrog as well. Might as well. Yeah, he does poke. See it on Declan's calculator. I really like Gilbert's setup. We got the red calculator case, red calculator, red mat. Red's my favorite color. So I actually like both of their setups. I like that black and red planet playmat as well. I like Yggdrasil's products. I just don't like M4 as much as the rest of the mats. I like M1. Not a big fan of M4, but it could be because my hands are like really rough, so it doesn't feel as nice on my fingers. Whereas M1, I really like it. There's not a lot of pile or at all. The ink stays pretty well on it, and it's light too. Yeah, we need a lot of things to happen. We need a fortress, we need gear frame, we need a way to break this dupe frog lock. Stardust plays around Lightning Vortex. Dupe Frog protects the Stardust. Pretty difficult. And he sets a card. Yeah, not looking good on this game 2 for Gilbert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double swap, double desk, and a Dupe Frog go back. Draw 1, draw 2. Is that a skill drain? No, Raigeki Break. Can't imagine them using skill drain in this deck. Okay, 400 here. This will pop the back row. It is Horn of Heaven. Gadget goes down. We have Smashing Ground to break the Dupe Frog lock, but Stardust is there protecting. We draw another gadget, and this is unfortunate. We need not this combination of cards. Gadget after gadget is pretty brutal. Declan can just keep running these resources over. Ideally, he should try to get another big monster on board, maybe a Death Frog, to try to clock down this Machina gadget deck. Here comes Sub. We'll crack for the Unifrog. We're done using him. There's no back row being set anyways. Crack for Dupe Frog. Add something to hand. That effect, I don't see that effect being used that often. Swap Frog can send a monster from the field to the grave, and then Dupe Frog can add something from the grave back to hand. Oh, Substitute is gonna crack. Death Frogs are in the deck, so we just go synchro. Turn this, return that. Discard for Dandy. 2 tokens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The board is clogged. We will crack for a Substitute, go into Des. Use 2 monsters, go into 6. Yeah, he's just gonna go for the kill here. Tribute this for the other Des Frog. Discard a card from hand to activate Fishborg. That's another 6-star. 1, use 2. Look how many cards he has in hand. He can even add more cards if he wanted to. Discard Uni. Yeah, and there's 2, 4, 6. That should be enough. Pot of Avarice. That's gonna produce another couple Des Frogs, and that's like 10,000 damage. Oh my gosh, so gross. So we got game number 3. This is for all the marbles. This is to go to the grand finals of this tournament. It's been a long day, a long fun day in my opinion, especially if you got to play all these rounds. But the I think it's like maybe 1 a.m. at this point, so endurance is a huge factor in taking down one of these tournaments. Alberto purposely sets these tournaments at 4:30, especially in the summer, just to counteract the intense heat. At least we get some relief around like 7 o'clock. Great, really smart. Because if we did it during the day, we'd just be sweating the entire time. And have 100 players sweating in one room, like it's gonna be a bad time. Dimensional Fissure is gonna keep Declan at bay. Doesn't want any of his frogs to go to the grave, so he needs to find a breaker for it. Breaker, Unifrog, something. Oh my gosh, he's got another Dimensional Fissure as well. What if we just slam that and say, you have to break 2 pieces, not just 1. But if we slam that down, we have to find a way to protect the back row. Either like Starlight Road, Solemn. But he's gonna sandbag the Dimensional Fissure. We'll come to that crossroads whenever Declan decides to bring something to challenge it. Ooh, Raigeki Break. Okay, that's something. Trap Dust Shoot's gonna look at the hand. We've got Substitute. Maybe the Sub has got to go. Sub Brain's pretty gross. Yeah, Sub's got to go. That's the best one. That starts everything. If you can get rid of that card, then great. Everything else is just Fishboard Blaster, Brain Control, Raigeki Break, Gores, Salvage, some frog monsters. Okay, sets the Raigeki Break. We're gonna go Gear Frame. Gear frame will go Fortress. And we'll attack. We'll take 200 here. All right, so take 2. Gotta reset this. Take 2 from Gilbert's side. The good thing about these frogs is they got strong, strong defense. 2K. Nothing to sneeze at. He could discard Fortress to Special Fortress, but it needs to be 8 stars plus that Fortress. So essentially 3 cards to bring that Fortress out. The Fortress cannot be part of the equation with Dimensional Fissure on board. Yeah, add red. So like if he were to discard Gadget plus Fortress, that doesn't work. If he discards double Gadget plus Fortress, or just double Gadget, he can special the Fortress from hand or from grave. The key thing is just cards need to be discarded. It doesn't necessarily have to hit the grave to activate. So we're gonna take, was it 200 here? He finds the other 2K booty. Smashing Ground will answer this dupe frog. I don't think it's gonna go to the grave, so it probably doesn't get an effect. Smashing Ground will do 2K defense to something, and then if it's a tie, Gilbert gets to choose, I believe. Raigeki Break will be used. He wants the dupe frog to activate. Needs that piece to connect. Yeah, so that's gonna let him search for a monster, maybe Swap Frog, Unifrog, potentially, to break another Dimensional Fissure. This game's a lot harder than even game number 1. This many back row. This is essentially what Gilbert wants, is like summon machine monster, set back row, good luck. Try to work past it. And yeah. There's probably like Dark Bribes in here, I'm assuming. Dark Bribes, Solemn, Starlight Road, Horn of Heaven. Ooh, the frog's in hand. We can like summon, try to break, but I'm just gonna pass over to Gilbert. Declan has taken 0 damage. We're gonna summon green, get but yellow. Yeah. Discard special. So you can't do this. You can't do Fortress plus Gadget. You have to do Gadget, just bring the Fortress from hand, or Gadget to bring the monster from grave. Pretty much the Fortress cannot be part of the equation. And Gilbert wasn't sure, but I was there and I was like, I 100% know how this works. Declan already knew, and then I just there to confirm it. Like, yeah, you can't do that. Alberto was judging, so I think he's gonna make a confirmation to put Gilbert's mind at ease. But yeah, Dimensional Fissure doesn't 100% stop the Fortress from coming out, but it does make it so he cannot be part of the equation. Okay, so we've got, I think we have a lot of stuff, like brain control, heavy, no machine engraved, so the solidarities wouldn't be live. Contribute summon this Fortress. Yep, that's cool. And now the substitute can get run over. Mirror Force will be used. Starlight Road is gonna protect these monsters. Holy moly! Now we have even more power on board than initially thought. So this attack's gonna go through, and then we're gonna check with the Stardust, I'm assuming. Yeah, because he's definitely stronger than 2K. Dude Frog gets banished. And I guess we could check with the Machina gear frame, just in case. Yeah, it's a Unifrog. I guess like worst case scenario, flip Flip-flop frog is there. Return Stardust is like whatever. Kind of already did his job. Brain control will be used to take over this Stardust Dragon. And so, let's see. Probably takes it, slams down the Heavy Storm, and then if there's a thing at spell speed, what, 2? Then Stardust can negate it. Okay. Solemn will be used. Alright. We could crash. That's not bad. Crashing's not bad. Yep. Compulse was gonna return it. Alright. Yeah, Compulse, good card. Yellow will get green. I think we do have a limiter in hand. So if we swing with Gear Frame, or we swing with yellow, that's 12. And he's gonna boost it to do another 12. Okay, and then he needs to attack with the Fortress first, because that plays around Gores. The Gear Frame is only 3600, so now the Gores is going to be able to stop the obliteration, essentially. This Fortress will run over this token, and then the Gores has to deal with the Fortress. Main phase 2, Gear Frame will attach to Fortress, so when it like dies, essentially, it will the Gear Frame will fall off instead. Yeah, so these will die, he stays protected. Yeah, slight misstep by Gilbert, but I think he has the lock. I don't think there's that much Declan can do. He can Giant Trunade, but he doesn't have like a Substitute to do some cool stuff. He's gonna set Dandy and pass. Okay, gadgets. This should wrap it up. It's gonna go for a red. Probably swing with Fortress just in case there's a 2k booty. Yeah. And then that will be GG. So it didn't really matter. Congratulations to Gilbert. I think he had Mirror Force plus something else. But right here, he goes 12, which puts him to 6k, right? Let's see. So right here he's at 72. Swings with 12 limiters, which puts him does 24, and then that puts him sub 5,000. So if he just swings with the biggest monster, that plays around Gores, and then it's GG. So let's see. I guess Declan took a huge gamble because he doesn't drop it on this 24, and then Gilbert plays it right, he just dies right here. He doesn't have a chance. Whereas like if Gores gets dropped on 24, absorbs this hit, and then maybe he has a chance. But either way, the dimensional fissure is the key piece in this victory. And then this is just kind of accelerated it. But yeah, so we have our finalists: Chris on Vayu Turbo versus Gilbert on Machina Gadgets. So if you want to catch that, make sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button if you like the videos, and then I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.